Alright, 10 things Australians hate about America. Put on your seatbelt, fellas, because today you're in for a good one. About a month ago, I made a video saying 10 things I hate about Australia, Americans hate about Australia. And in the video, it was so obvious, it was so clear that I don't actually hate Australia. Whether it be from the part where I say I don't hate Australia. You know, hate's a little bit of a strong word, but I would say these are things that I dislike, frustrate, or annoy me about Australia. Or the part where I say I love Australia. I don't hate Australia for these things. Like, I freaking love Australia. Like, why do you think I'm here? And I realized that the majority of Australians who watched this video, they thought that too. Matter of fact, you don't need to hear this from me. Just listen to what someone who reacted to my video had to say.
Anyone with half a brain seeing this video knows that he means well. It's clickbaity stuff to get attention and whatnot.
He was not the only one who reacted to my video. There are actually 3 Australian YouTubers who made reaction videos to my video. One being the Isaac Butterfield. But that is not what we are here to talk about today, because I made a whole video about him. Today we are here talking about, what is her name? Tara Bellarose. She put up a reaction video that just showed like the whole concept, the whole theme of the video of being a lighthearted, fun video where you just point out minor things about Australia, where I pointed out minor things about Australia. Like, it just went right over her head. It either went over her head or she just can't laugh at herself or laugh at her own country. So we're first gonna take a look at her reaction video. But you see, I was not planning on making a video about her until she made a second video saying 10 things Australians hate about America. Even then, wasn't gonna make a reaction video. It's like, oh, like, it fits with the theme of your channel. I made the exact same video. The video did well, you're copying me, cool. You know, a little bit of a compliment. No big deal. That being said, she proceeded in the video to call me out not once, but twice, and then she ends the video by saying this.
So Tristan Kuhn, don't throw stones in glass houses.
Don't throw stones at glass houses. Alright, let's see, Tara. In between the time where I made my 10 things I hate about Australia video and you made your 10 things you hate about America video, I posted 2 videos bashing America. My channel is not just focused on Australia. I also talk about the silly, stupid things in America. It's not like I think America's perfect. Like, I myself point out all the wrong things about it. And like, half the things in her video were literally things that I said in those 2 videos. But anyways, first let's get into her reaction video. Let's see what she had to say about me. Number 1 is the sun. The sun here is much more strong and it burns you way more quickly than it will anywhere in the States. There is actually a hole in the ozone layer of the atmosphere above Australia.
And here we have an example of the US education system. The ozone hole is not an actual hole. It's a thinning of the layer. If it was a hole, we'd know about it. And it's over Antarctica, not Australia.
Alright, this is a very fair point. So I was wrong. Like, there are many things in this video you can make fun of. I misspelled some things in my video, but I don't know, she didn't catch any of those. Like, there are things that you can make fun of. This being one of them. I was wrong to say that there's a hole above the ozone layer. However, I wasn't wrong in my point of saying I don't like the sun here because you sunburn easily because, like, there's a high UV here. Funny that she attacks the US education system for that, because the only reason why I thought there was a hole above the ozone, or in the ozone layer, is because every single fucking Aussie tells me there's a hole in the ozone layer. Like, literally, I didn't even think to look it up because, like, I have had dozens of Aussies be like, oh, put on sun. Even my boss at my work, oh, put on sunscreen. Australia's sun is different. Everyone has told me that. While I may have been wrong about the reasoning behind why the UV is higher here, it still is higher, but she failed to include that in the video. I'll let Isaac Butterfield explain that to you because, you know, he did a reaction video and he did a great job explaining both sides.
But that's actually true. You see, Australia has the highest per capita skin cancer ratio than any other nation, and data shows that almost 1 million cases, which proves the point that we're all burning like fuck. But there are a few reasons for that. One being culture. Everyone here loves the beach. Also, Australia is 3.4% closer to the sun than the north is during the summer. Because of the axis of the orbit, this increases the UV factor by 7%.
Do they have education in the United States?
Okay, she goes after education. What is lower hanging fruit? Come on, like, the most stereotypical thing to make fun of an American for is bad education. Oh, you know, Americans are stupid. Look at yourself. You're a fucking bogan. Who is more stereotypically stupid than a bogan? Like a country redneck? But sure, go after me for being dumb for being American. This is like a cow calling a pig fat. Let's continue on. Now, the next thing is more of just a minor inconvenience, but that is you cannot pay for gas at the pump. You actually have to walk inside the gas station to pay for gas.
Imagine that being the most inconvenient thing in your life. That at a petrol station, you have to walk in and go and talk to a bloke. Oh my God, I've just filled up my car with petrol and now I have to walk 10 meters into that Caltex and pay for it.
And two, there's often a line of other people who are paying for the gas or just buying stuff from the gas station, so you have to wait in line to pay for your gas.
Petrol.
First of all, we get it. You call it petrol in Australia. But guess what? I'm not Australian, I'm American, so I say gas. Second of all, yes, you're right. This is a petty thing to not like about Australia, but that's the whole point of the video, is it's stupid minor things. I clearly, if I actually hated Australia, I would have said worse. There is irony and humor in me saying these like petty things. She does not understand the sarcasm and the clickbait, which for a YouTuber much bigger than me, keep in mind, she of all people should be able to understand this. You cannot turn on red here.
In America, does red not mean stop? No, you can't turn on red. Because red means stop.
Oh my god. Alright. Yes, of course red means stop. But you know what also means stop? A stop sign. You stop, you look for cars, and then you go. Number 4 is something that doesn't bother me one bit because I don't drink sodas, but it would really piss a lot of Americans off, and that is that there are no free refills.
Does Hungry Jack's not do free refills? I thought they did.
Oh, forgive me. One place in all of Australia that is American might have free refills. If you didn't know, Hungry Jack's is the same as Burger King. It just has a different name here in Australia. Alright, now this one really gets me. This is, of all the things I dislike about Australia, this one, like, I really hate. Like, this is a true hate about Australia. And that is that they have speed cameras everywhere. Like, you cannot speed here in Australia.
You hate that Australia has safety standards. Oh my god, imagine having a problem with public safety.
You can think something is annoying with it still being a good idea. Nobody likes getting a ticket in the mail and likes getting caught for speeding. Like, no one's like, oh, thank God you caught me for speeding. You're protecting my safety. Yes, it's a good idea. It can keep people safe, but it doesn't change the fact that it's still annoying. So the next thing I don't like about Australia is the Wi-Fi here as a whole is just kind of shitty.
We know.
Alright, at least she agrees with that one. Here, if I'm trying to upload about a 10-minute YouTube video, it's gonna take probably between 5.5 to 7 hours to upload.
You are exaggerating.
Oh, never mind. Alright, no, I'm not exaggerating. Like 2 videos ago, my 20 weird things about America video, yeah, I was on Magnetic Island and Base Hostel, and it took me 7.5 hours to get my 10-minute video up. Next one isn't too big of a deal, but it does get a little annoying, and that is you pretty much always have to pay extra for like any condiments, sauces you want.
Imagine complaining about that when your home country is literally tearing itself apart and people are getting shot while going for a jog.
You are clearly not getting the theme of the video. How can you take something as like innocent and stupid as paying for sauce and then compare that to gun violence in the US? Like, be able to take a joke. It is illegal to ride a bike here without wearing a helmet. Additionally, this helmet rule doesn't apply for like skateboarding, like scootering, longboarding, like anything like that. It only applies to bikes. Skateboards are so much more deadly and so much more dangerous than a bike.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Like, are you 100% sure?
How stupid can you be? She just compared how many people die a year in America from skateboards to how many people have died around the world in the history of the world up to 2018 from cycling. There are so many things wrong with these statistics she's throwing up. Alright, so it looks like about 1,000 people die in the US from bikes. But that's also not to consider like how many more people ride a bike every day than ride a skateboard. This argument would be like me saying walking is more dangerous than riding a bike because more people die when walking than they do when riding a bike. Let's see. Oh, 6,000 people in the US last year died from being hit by a car, pedestrians. That must mean, oh my, walking must be more dangerous than riding a bike. Obviously, my statistics and analytics aren't perfect or anything like that, but it just shows you how freaking off this was. Anyways, enough of that video. Let's move into the juicy video, the real video. 10 things this Australian hates about America. And let's just start off right off the bat. Clearly, I know she doesn't hate America. She's just doing the exact same thing I did. She's putting out a clickbaity title, some things that she doesn't like about America, which is totally reasonable. I have no problems with her making this video until I saw she made it into like an attack video on me.
Number 1, tax. When you enter a shop in the United States, you will see a price tag. But this price tag never includes tax. I'm aware this is quite petty, but this guy complained about walking into a petrol station, so I get a pass.
Very fair point. I agree with this. Matter of fact, I talked about this in one of my own videos that I posted, I don't know, just like a week or two before you posted this video. But then she just has to go and attack me again. Yes, you get a pass. It's annoying. Like, I didn't have to say anything for you to get a pass. It's okay to point out a petty, annoying difference about another country. Why is it, though, that you get a pass but I don't get a pass?
Which brings me to my next point. Macca's! Over there they call it Mickey D's. I don't know why. Doesn't have McCafe. Doesn't have frozen Cokes. Until 2018, served their drinks in a styrofoam cup. doesn't have the almighty McMuffin and the big brekkie burger. And to top it off, they stole loaded gravy fries from us.
Are you serious? We stole gravy fries from you? It's fucking McDonald's. It's an American company. It's like the most American company. It's fast food. Fast food is also American. Everything at McDonald's is American. Using that logic, guess what you stole from us? Oh, McDonald's fries, a Big Mac, a quarter pounder, chicken nuggets. Yeah, give us all that back. You can only sell those in America because guess what? That's American, and your McDonald's can't have that. Also, have you ever been to America? No one actually calls it Mickey D's. The frozen Cokes, I do understand those are really good here and they're only $1, which is freaking awesome. How can you complain about McDonald's in America? We are the king of McDonald's. Like, we are the OG McDonald's. Like, make fun of us for eating too much McDonald's or being fat or something like that, but don't make fun of us for McDonald's. Like, come on.
USA's gun culture is horrendous. They treat the Second Amendment like it was written straight directly from the heavens above.
Ah, the good old gun argument. You know what? Great tip, Tara. You made some great points and had great explanations for why this is crazy. Only problem is, I also talked about on my channel how American gun culture and gun laws are crazy. If you want to make this video like a, ha, take that, Tristan Kuhn, you can't talk about things that I've already agreed with on my channel.
Tipping drives me nuts. How much do you tip? Who do you tip? When do you tip? Because they've just dropped my steak sandwich onto my lap, do I tip? Because they've just missed our turn and now we have to sit in LA peak hour traffic, do I still tip? True stories, by the way. But if I don't tip, I feel bad. Like, what if me not tipping means they can't pay their bill? Simple solution, pay your servers more than $2.13 an hour.
Honestly, another one, this is a great point. I understand people's frustrations about tipping when they come to America. I will say, I do think tipping is a more efficient and better system for most parties. I don't know, I'm gonna do a whole video where I explain the details about tipping and why I do think it's actually better. When I post that video, you can find it in the description below. But I will say, if you are not used to a tipping culture, if you don't understand tipping, it would be so annoying, so frustrating. So, yeah, that's something that I gotta get behind her on that. If I wasn't from America, I'd also think tipping is fucking annoying.
Give me an E, give me a D, give me a U, give me an education, because I'm not gonna get it in America. In Australia, every single public school is funded in the same way. In the US, it's funded according to the neighborhood the school is in. Does that mean poor areas get a better education so they can make more and break the cycle? We're talking about America, come on. Poor areas get worse schools. I didn't know about this until I watched a TikTok a couple of days ago.
Okay, yes, this is a great fair point. You know, I'm actually really impressed of all these points. This is probably the one I'm the most impressed about because this takes like some actual like knowledge, some research to figure out about. I mean, she learned it off TikTok. But it is true. Property taxes are what pay for the local schools. Or at least where I'm from in Texas, that's the case. So if you're from a place that has nice home values, then the school's gonna get more money, and then the poor schools with poor homes, they get less money. Let's see what else she has to say.
Also, most Americans don't learn geography, and there's this crazy headspace there that America is the only country in the world that exists. I saw a TikTok of a girl who dead set drew America with a north, south, east, and west coast.
Alright, a lot of Americans are really ignorant about the rest of the world. Our news is really ignorant to the rest of the world. It really only focuses on America. These are all, though, that is a good point. What's not a good point is Americans don't learn geography. Like, okay, she probably doesn't actually think like we don't learn it at all. But her logic of why we don't know geography is because of a stupid TikTok. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of videos, like Jimmy Kimmel loves doing videos where he, you know, finds stupid Americans and they don't know where America is on a map or any other country is. Like, you can find stupid Americas, but you're gonna make your example on why Americans don't know geography based on a TikTok? Well, guess what? I made a TikTok about a YouTube video I did where I interviewed Australians and asked them what they thought about America, and I found an Australian racist who thought that the people who established America, referring to white people, should have more of a say in government than people who immigrated there later or did not establish the country. Do I go around saying all Australians are racist and think that white people should have more power than non-white people? No, I don't. That was clearly an exception to the rule. This person who thinks America is like an island with coast on each side of it is clearly an exception to the rule.
Freedom of choice. America is all about freedom of choice. Until it's a choice they disagree with. For example, abortion. Last year, a vote was passed in Alabama to ban all abortion in the state.
Alright, so I'm getting from this, she doesn't actually hate that we have freedom of choice. I think she hates the hypocrisy about how we want freedom of choice for most things, but not for all things like abortion. Which, yes, is a very fair point. I think it is very hypocritical that Americans who do believe in freedom of choice don't believe women should have the freedom of choice to have an abortion. She brings some actual facts to the table, which is nice, so I don't know, another good point by her.
Healthcare.
Alright, healthcare, we get it. I'm not even gonna show the rest of the clip because it's so obvious. Like, I've talked about this in like 10 of my videos. American healthcare system is freaking ridiculous. We are like the only first world country that doesn't like provide healthcare to its citizens. But I talk about this all the time. Again, it's a great point, lovely point. Probably one of the best things that you can attack America for. But again, if you're gonna say the whole don't throw stones at glass houses thing and you're trying to like attack me back for saying bad stuff about your country, it's hard to attack me for something that I already recognize is bad and weird and just odd about America.
Many complaints they don't use the metric system. Pretty much everywhere else does. Why don't you?
Yes, again, the metric system, I get it's weird. I brought that up in so many of my videos.
But instead of complaining about wildlife, I'm going to talk about the lack of government care for it. Just last week, Trump announced that he intends to lift the ban that allows the baiting and killing of hibernating bears and wolves in Alaska.
All right, so wildlife, and not really wildlife, but our lack of care for it, and really, it's not America's lack of care for it. America has some amazing national parks, a lot of care for wildlife. It's what Donald Trump plans to do, how he plans to take these restrictions back. He hasn't done it yet. He's been in office for almost 4 years now. He's almost out of office, but this is what he plans to do, and she hates it about America. And let's be honest, it's freaking Donald Trump. He does not have the best interest of animals or Americans or really anybody else in mind. All Donald Trump cares about is himself. So yes, I do believe he will kill birds and let people like, I don't know, kill hibernating dogs or puppies, I don't know, whatever she said, bears. That's fucked up and I agree with her. However, I would be shocked, I would say. I'd be at least, nothing would shock me anymore. I would be a little bit surprised if it actually goes through. All right, what's the last thing she has for us?
Number 10. Trump.
All right, we get it. You don't like Trump. Fair point. I'd say, you know, that's a pretty good one to end on.
So Tristan Kuhn, don't throw stones in glass houses.
Oh, ouch, Tara, you got me. All right, I'll never say anything bad about Australia again, ever. Also, is that another dramatic mug sip? How many mug sips did she take in that thing? And why did you end the video like this? I have never been one to say America's perfect. I point out on my own channel all the flaws about America. I know many Australians just saw this video for what it was, kind of chuckled at it. But there were some people who got so freaking offended at it that they had to, I don't know, send me death threats. There were thousands of hate comments, you know, all the stuff like that. That was something I was not expecting, and yeah, so that's another thing I've learned from this. I'm actually gonna read some of my hate comments that I got. So if you wanna see me reading the hate comments that I got from making this video, check out that video right over there. I don't know, I'll make it in the next coming week or so, so you should expect to see it there soon. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Peace out, guys.